If you're looking for practical, fun, and effective ways to raise bilingual kids, you're in the right place. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to dive into what is really like raising bilingual children. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Anna. I'm originally from Spain and I'm currently living in the US. I'm a mom of two young girls and I'm passionate about raising them to be bilingual. I have a bachelor's and a master's degree in education. I've worked as a Spanish teacher at a Center for Child Development, as a Spanish professor at the University of Buffalo, New York, and as an interpreter in the International Institute at Buffalo. Today I'll be sharing my 10 top tips, the best I've learned along the way, and I will also show you real example of what I do every day to teach my kids Spanish, from the books we read, TV shows that we watch, and fun games that we do that make learning super enjoyable. So let's get into it. So first things first, why do we want to raise bilingual children? Raising bilingual kids is incredibly important to me, especially as a Spanish mom living abroad. Teaching my kids Spanish not only allows them to communicate with my family back in Spain, but also helps them stay connected to their roots and understanding where their mom comes from. Language is a powerful bridge to culture. It's how we share traditions, stories, and a sense of identity. So, by growing up bilingual, my children can build strong relationships with loved ones across the world while also developing a deeper appreciation for both of their cultural backgrounds. And if we're talking about their professional future, speaking multiple languages offers a huge advantage when it comes to finding career opportunities and travel. In the job market, being bilingual or multilingual can set you apart from other candidates, opening doors to positions that require communication with international clients or teams. It shows adaptability, cultural awareness, and strong communication skills, all qualities that employers value. Now, with that being said, let's dive into my 10 biggest tips and recommendations. My tip number one is decide how you want to raise bilingual children and, most importantly, stick to it. So every family situation is different. So there are different strategies the families use. We chose to do the OPOL method, one person, one language. In the one person, one language method, each parent consistently communicates with the child using only one of the two languages. For example, the mother may always speak to the kids in French while the father only uses English. In our case, I speak to our children in Spanish and my husband in English. And I have to say, we have been doing this since the day our kids were born. Now, if you're like, I don't know if this will work with us, or you don't think that the OPOL method will work, let me tell you that the one person, one language approach has traditionally been considered the most effective method for raising bilingual children without mixing languages. The concept was first introduced in 1902 by French linguist Maurice Gramont, who believed that keeping the languages separate from the start would help avoid confusion and code mixing in children. But while no method can guarantee bilingual success, the one person, one language approach has shown strong results. Research by Nick DeHauver, who studied over 2,000 families, found that around 75% of children raised with the OPOL method became bilingual, especially when the approach was consistently applied. So, if I were you, I would give it a try, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. Try a different strategy. Also, if you're just starting this journey, you want to teach your kids a new language, you can start slow. For example, say, we're only going to speak French during dinner. Maybe the following week you speak French during dinner and bath time, and the following week, lunch, dinner, and bath time. Learning a language is a progress, it takes time, and it will take your patience, but you have to stick to it. All right, tip number two is books and reading. Now, before I show you the books I love and how I read the books to my kids, I make a whole scene, theater type of thing, you'll see. Let me tell you that if you are like, hey, books are not in our budget right now, or you have so many books already, you don't want to purchase anymore, my recommendation is that you visit your local library and check their section for foreign languages. I went to our local library and I found so many great books in Spanish and other languages. As you can see, renting books from your local library is an easy and affordable way to enjoy reading without the cost of buying new books. As you can see, it's a budget-friendly, hassle-free way to access tons of great reading material. I do a mix of books. Some of the books that I have are 100% in Spanish, and some of the books I have are in Spanish and English with both translations, and they both work I also have little books like these ones that I can take when we travel. So for example, these ones are from Sisabo Kids, love them. You have the grape, and then here you have, you know, the color, morado, purple. So this one is to learn the colors, this one is to learn the ABCs. So you have a burger and it says hamburguesa in Spanish, and then it says in English. So definitely look around, look at the library, Amazon, bookstores, anywhere. There are so many good options. I'm gonna link my favorite books on the description box, so make sure that you check it out. Right, guys, we're gonna read a book really quick. Whoa. Really quick. I have longer books like these ones, which I love, but I'm gonna stick to this one because it's a little bit easier to show here. So we're gonna start. This is the alphabet, so we're gonna work on the letters and words that start with a letter in Spanish. Ok, la primera letra. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Esto es un helicóptero? No. ¿Esto es un tren? ¿Es un avión? Muy bien. ¿Qué hace el avión?
Hold on tight, we're about to land in Spain.
¿Es un avión? Vamos a aterrizar. Vale. Siguiente letra con la letra E. ¿Qué animal es este? ¿Y qué animal es? ¿Es un gato?
No, elephant.
¿Elefante? ¿Qué hace el elefante? Muy bien. Y con la F. ¿Qué es esto? Esto es un...
Flor.
Muy bien, una flor. ¿Quieres oler la flor? Oh, a ver. La flor. ¿Huele bien? Es un libro, mamá. ¿Y qué comida es esta con la letra H? ¿Esto es una pizza? Estos son...
Hamburger.
¿Una hamburguesa? My tip number 3 is music. Kids love to dance and sing, so play some songs on YouTube and have fun with them. Join them and dance with them. Here is an example of how I use music to reinforce the Spanish. Alright, now it's time to sing and dance a little bit. So for example, for teaching the numbers in Spanish, a song that I really like is called Un Elefante. Whoa. Un elefante se balanceaba. So Alexa, play Un elefante se balanceaba.
Un elefante se balanceaba by Grupo
I love the
El
accent.
Mundo de los Niños.
¿Preparada?
Amazon Music.
¿Arriba? ¡Vamos! ¿Cómo bailas? ¿Preparada para cantar los números? Corre, ven aquí. Un elefante se balanceaba sobre la tela de una araña. Venga, que no se caía otro elefante. Dos elefantes se balanceaban sobre la tela de una araña. ¡Ay! So as you can see, that is the perfect example of how I use music to teach them and have fun together. Here are some of my favorite songs, and I either play Alexa or go to YouTube and type canciones infantiles. Tip number 4, pets or stuffed animals. So choose a stuffed animals that they really like and tell them that they can only speak to them in the target language. Again, in our case, it's Spanish, so my kids know that these stuffed animals only speak in Spanish, and if they speak English to them, they don't understand them. So you can also do this with pets. Tell your kids that your dog or your cat speaks only French, and if they don't speak French to them, the dog will not understand them. You guys, this strategy works wonders. Tip number 5 is daily chores. Many people assume that teaching a second language to young children means sitting them down with a pen and paper to memorize vocabulary and grammar, but that is not realistic. A 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old isn't going to sit still for long periods of time to study Spanish conjugations. The most effective way to teach them is through everyday activities, naturally including the language in their routine. Let me show you how I use simple tasks like folding laundry or unloading the dishwasher as opportunity to teach my my kids Spanish in a fun and engagement way. Okay, so when doing laundry, I usually focus on two things. I either do it by color, like if I want to reinforce the color in Spanish, I'll say something like, hey, all the red stuff here, all the blue stuff here, todo lo rojo, todo lo azul, okay? But if you want to reinforce maybe the clothing vocabulary, you can say something like, okay, we're gonna fold all the pants and put in here, all the t-shirts here, all the socks here, okay? So for example, let me show you how we will do the items, okay? Vale, tenemos la ropa limpia. Vamos a poner, a ver, busca todos los pantalones. Vamos a buscar. ¿Esto es un pantalón?
No.
No, esto no es un pantalón. A ver, muy bien. ¿Y esto es un pantalón?
No.
No, ¿qué es esto?
Esto es de Diana.
Esto es de Gianna, es un suéter. ¿Y esto es un pantalón?
No.
No. A ver, busca. Buah, ¿estos son todos los pantalones? ¿Hay más o no? No hay más, vale, y ahora hay que doblarlos. Vamos a doblarlos, mira. Así, coge un pantalón así. ¿Vale? Mira, mira, mira. Y ahora haces así. Por la mitad.
Esto es como yo lo hago.
A ver cómo lo haces tú.
Así.
Así. Yo te dejo, yo te dejo. ¡Wow! Muy bien. Perfecto. Oye, she folded it perfect. The cool thing about this is that you are teaching them a language and they don't even notice. Oye, muy bien. Like, this is a game for them. They are having a ton of fun. So this is a great activity that you can do with them. Okay, tip number 6 is kids TV shows. Okay, it's 2025. Technology is part of our everyday lives. I believe that television, when used in moderation and for educational purposes, can be a positive tool. There's plenty of great shows out there for children, and here are some of my favorites. My favorite, though, is Miss Isa. If you know about Miss Rachel, which is super popular in the United States, Miss Isa is the Spanish version, and she does an incredible job. But we also like Dora the Explorer and things like that. And tip number 7 is not too far from it. There are apps. Just like I mentioned earlier, iPads and tablets are part of our everyday lives, and there are many apps that teach kids other languages through fun and engaging videos. These are most of the most popular apps, but if you use other apps for your kids, leave a comment so we can learn from each other. My next tip is traveling. Visiting a country where the only language spoken is the one that your child is learning can be incredibly valuable. We are fortunate that my entire family lives in Spain, so we travel there every year. I've noticed my oldest daughter's Spanish improves significantly after each visit. Of course, I understand that international travel isn't realistic for everyone, but no worries, there are other great options, which brings me to number 9. Seek out conversational groups through Facebook, your child's daycare, school, and set playdates with them. It's a fun and effective way to encourage language use in a natural setting. And my final tip number 10 is to get your partner involved. Having your spouse or co-parent learn that language can make a huge difference. My husband, who is American, has been learning Spanish through online classes, podcasts, and more. I'm so proud of him. Now we even have dinners entirely in Spanish as a family, and it's been a total game changer. The kids love quizzing him. It's hilarious, and he turns learning into something fun and just so amazing. Now, I feel like I need to end this video by saying that raising bilingual children is far from a straightforward or linear journey. It is full of ups and downs. There will be moments when your child embraces both languages with excitement, and other times when they resist, refuse to speak one altogether, or seem uninterested. These challenges are normal and part of the process. What matters most is consistency and patience. Even when it feels like your efforts are not making a difference, I promise they are. Children's brains are like sponges. They absorb more than they let on, even when they are not speaking the language actively. Over time, all the repetitions, exposure, and encouragement you have given will come together. One day, often, when you least expect it, everything will start to click, and your dedication as a parent will pay off, and your child will have a valuable skill that lasts a lifetime. And last but not least, let's quickly talk about accents. My oldest daughter speaks Spanish with an American accent, and that is totally normal. She is surrounded by English at school in all her extracurricular activities, and English is her first language. What really matters is that she, along with your kids, is learning a new language and can communicate in it. Having an accent like I do, it's perfectly okay. Accents are beautiful and they are part of who we are and often reflect where we come from. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. And if you have any other tips, leave a comment so we all can learn from each other. Adios.